Alright, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I am going to be showcasing the Razer Stream controller, little control pad again. I have learned a lot with this thing and I can't tell you how amazing it is. I have literally programmed almost every single button in the Cessna 172, where I'm at the point where all I need to do is use the mouse one time. Other than that, I can use this controller for everything from very beginning to very end, setting up my flight plans, everything that you need. And I still have some more programming to do, but I just want to go ahead and showcase it. I have learned a lot. Leave a comment down below if you want to see how I set up some of these buttons. I love the way that I set them up and how everything works out. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and jump into the plane. So we are here. So this is the one part where, you know, I could program it, but I haven't done this part yet. I'm just going to go ahead and showcase what it's like to actually fly the plane, not just taking off the pre-trip inspection stuff. So we are going to take that off and then we can just go ahead and hop in the plane. Alright, so we are in the plane. So as you see, the mouse is on the screen right there. I am just going to move it over here. So I have set up my views with my little hat on my my Thrustmaster HOTAS joystick, so I can literally look around just like I would. I also set up the zoom feature on that, so I don't need to use the mouse. I just need to create recenter button on my joystick, which I'm going to go ahead and do. But other than that, we are going to go ahead and click the Cessna G1000 profile, because that's the profile I'm using. And then from here, as you see, we got all the buttons laid out. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my battery. So our battery is turned on. Let me go ahead and get rid of this joystick so you guys can actually see everything. So as you see, we got the battery turned on. And now it's just doing its thing. So now we can go ahead and let's say we want to turn on our we'll turn on our taxi lights, nav lights, beacon lights. So we'll go ahead with beacon. So as you see, the beacon light turned on right there. Right there. And we will go ahead and turn on our taxi lights. Taxi light turned on right there. We'll go ahead and turn on our nav lights. Nav lights turned on right there. And for fun, we'll turn on our strobes. And our strobe lights turned on right there. So now we can go ahead and we can actually get our mixture set. So I got my mixture, and my mixture set is on like a rotary knob or a dial on my Thrustmaster T16000 throttle. So I just got that set up. So we'll go ahead and set that to right there. We'll add a little power right there. And now we can go ahead and we will add the fuel pump. And we will go ahead and turn on our engine. So we will hit the start. And it went all the way to the start, turned it on. We see our RPMs are a little low, so we will go ahead and add a little more throttle. So we get that set up. Now we can go ahead and turn on our avionics. So this is the only thing I haven't set up yet that I am going to set up is the secondary display, the MFD right here. I'm just going to set up these 6 buttons. Everything else I'm going to use, I already have set up, is on the primary flight display. The only thing I need to set up is a secondary display with these buttons and these. But I've set up everything else here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that later on. But for now, I just want to show you how it all works and how everything works. So as we see, we'll start with the nav. So as you see up here, we have our nav right there. And we will switch our... actually, let's just go step by step. So this is my Autopilot's page. So all these buttons right here, AP, FD, HDG, heading, altitude, nav, flight following, vertical nav, approach, back course, flight level change, vertical speed, and then nose up, nose down for the vertical speed. So like, let's say we want to go ahead and set up our flight director. We will hit the FD and our flight director's on. We can hit autopilot, autopilot turned on. We can hit autopilot again, turn autopilot off. We could hit heading, turns on heading mode. We can actually use this knob right here that says HDG, so that would be this one right here. And we can move our heading right there. So you see the heading bugs moving. So let's say we want to move it to whatever we want, 330. So we set it to 330, and if we turn on autopilot, it would fly 330. And then next we have our altitude. So this is the only one where you need to actually click this first. I don't know why you have to do it, but we'll go ahead and turn off altitude actually right there. So you have to click this for some reason just to get it set. So I got to figure out why you got to do that. I'm not exactly sure, but you just click it one time, but now we can go ahead and change it. So as you see, it's going by 100, right? So it's going 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 3000. So if that takes too long for you, I made it so you can just push this button right here, the altitude button. You can just click it in once. Now it's going to go up by thousands. And then, so it's like the inner outer knob that I set it up as. So then let's say we're at 77,000. We want to go to 7,500 though. So you click it again. Now you can make it 7,500. I love that feature. I love that feature. I know there's a little thing called the OctV or whatever. It goes for more than this thing, and it does so much less than this. This is such a powerful tool for $149. It blows my mind. If you can find one like on Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp, I highly recommend you go and get it. All right, so back to what we were doing. So let's say we want to change our vertical speed. We can go ahead and hit VS. So now our vertical speed came up. Now we can hit nose up, nose down. So if we want to increase our vertical speed, we can just hit the nose up. Now we'll go 700 feet per minute in a climb. If we want to bring a nose down, let's say we want to descend. Now we just hit nose down. Now we can go 700 feet, 600 feet, whatever we want. Well, let's say 500 feet per minute descending. That is beautiful. Like I said, I set this up so far where the only thing you need to do is click on the altitude knob, and then everything else is pretty much hands-free. And also click this enter, but I'm going to create a little profile or a button for it on another page, because as you see, I have these empty pages, and I can create up to 22 pages. So I can create 22 pages of just random stuff that I want, and you can actually create 9 pages of dials. So this is only 1 page of dials right here, so you can create 9 pages of these. It's amazing. All right, so next thing that I want to show you is the nav. I'm not sure I showed you the nav because we just went through. Oh, all right. So before we go, sorry about that. I keep trying to skip, wanting to skip, but all right. So I went to page. What did I go to? Page 2. So that was the autopilot page. That's page 1 right there. Home page is just this stuff right here. Lights, power on, all that. Page 1 was my autopilot. Page 2. So these are these buttons right here. Okay. So let's say I want to go direct to. So right now I'm at Falcon Field in Arizona. Let's say I want to go direct to Phoenix Sky Harbor. So I can click this direct to. All right. Now I can click. Now I can click that. So now it's controlling my FMS knob right here. So I can control the outer and inner knobs right here. So let's say I want to go to KPHX. So I'm going to go back. Let's go to K. And now we can click that, and we can go to the next one. We click it again, KP. And then we can go here, H. Where's H? And then go here, click that, and X. Sky Harbor International. So Now we can go ahead and hit enter. Boom. Do you want to activate it? Hit enter again. Boom. It's activated. We are flying directly to KPHX right now. As you see on our nav over here. So also I'm going to set up a range knob so we can go ahead and see the distance, or so we can actually zoom in and out. I'm going to be able to do that, and I will do that. So as you see, I'm using the mouse wheel to scroll it to get wider areas. And then you can I know there's a way where you can actually pan this. I got to figure out how to do that. I don't remember. I know I saw a way to do it. Maybe it was, I don't remember how I did it to pan, but I don't remember. But anyways, I'm going to create a knob or a button for that to zoom in and out. But as you saw, we literally used just these buttons right here in this little square. And we use these and the FMS knob, and I was actually able to create that. Let's say you want to create a flight plan. You click FPL. So now you can actually go through here and you can change all of this. You can create a whole new flight plan and do whatever you want. Let's say KFZZ. I think it's KFZ. Falcon Field. Alright, press enter to accept. So we'll hit it. Runway. We'll say 4 right. Alright, so origin, KFZZ. So that's how you do it. And then we'll say destination is going to be KPHX. So we'll say we're going to go 25 right. Enter, enter. All right. So we have our flight plan. So far we have runway 4 right, going to runway 25. You can add waypoints if you wanted in between. I don't know any waypoints right here, so well, let's just see what we can add. Gedry. We'll add Gedry. So we'll click that. We'll click enter. We'll go Gedry. So as you see, we're just typing get. Oh. The fact that you can use the inner outer knobs is just a game changer. So we want to go ahead and enter that. So we'll enter. All right, so we added the waypoint Gedry to our flight plan. So that's pretty much it. So we'll go direct to Gedry, enter. All right, so as you see right there on the map, it changed. We went runway 4 to Gedry. All right, so that's how you do, and it says it up there. So that's what these were. These buttons right here were basically these buttons. This FMS knob is this FMS knob here, and you can change everything that you want. The next great thing about it is nav push, com push. So as you see up here, we have com 1, com 2. So that actually wasn't that. So that was this page, page 3. So we can go com 1, we can go com 2 if we wanted to. So now it's going to turn off com 2, turn on com 2, turn off com 2. Com 2 mic, we can push that. It'll change com 2 and the com 2 mic. Or we can go back to com 1. It'll change com 1 mic, com 1. And then we can also do nav 1, nav 2. So as you see, nav 1. We can click nav 1 right there. Turned on nav 1 right there. You can click it again, turn off nav 1, turn on nav 2, turn off nav 2 if you want to do ILS approaches and stuff. We have DME, you could turn on DME, you could turn it off. ADF, you could turn it on, turn it off. So again, it just is amazing that it has so much. All right, now for the comm switches. As you see, we have comms up here. we have COM 1, 2. I believe that's what that COM 1, 2 was right here. So COM 1, so you can press COM push and it'll change from COM 1 to COM 2. Same thing with nav push, you can change from nav 1 to nav 2. So you can also go back to this third page right here. So comms, let's say we got ATIS that we need to select to. We're going to change this knob. We can go to, let's say, 120. I don't even know what it is here, but we'll say it's 121.1 decimal 1. So you click that. So now we push that button in. Now we can do the outer knob. So 121 decimal 1. Now let's say it's actually 121 decimal 15. So again, you can push this button right here, outer knob, it'll change the big number. Inner knob will change a number after the decimal. And then if we want to switch it, we just go ahead and hit COM switch. And now it's on standby. Now it's active right there. So just hitting this COM switch, 121 decimal 15. Now we can put it back in standby. And you can actually set up all your different comms to have them ready. So if you wanted to have your next comm ready right here, that you know it's going to be like tower or something, you can program it there, and then you can use COM 2 to switch it, and then you can do the same thing for COM 1 and keep going back and forth, and it just makes everything so much easier. Same thing with nav. So nav over here, we have the big knob controlling the number to the left of the decimal. So let's say ILS is on 110 decimal 8. So again, we can click that. So 110 decimal 8, now we have that. Now we can hit nav switch. Now we can make 110 decimal 8 hour active, and we have the standby right there. It is amazing. So we showed you that. I showed you that. Baro obviously is the barometric pressure. You can change it right there. You can go up and down, set it how you want. So let's say it's 30.03. So we can go ahead and change that. Next we want to go to is page 4. So this is all these buttons right here. These are all mapped out. So soft key 1. So let's say we want to click on map HSI. Button 2. We can go ahead and hit soft key 2. It pulls this up. Now we can also hit all of these. So let's say we want to turn traffic off. Button 3. We'll click soft key 3 and that turn traffic on. Let's say we want to turn it back on. Now we have traffic back on. So yeah, you can turn it off. My battery died, so I just had to replace it. But we're back to the soft key buttons. So again, back button was right there. We know there's 12 buttons here, so starting from 12, we just go to 11, we hit that. It'll take us back. CDI, let's say we want to change the CDI. We know it's 2, 4, 6, 6th button, so we can hit soft key 6. Now it changes our CDI to 0, 1, localizer 2, or we can go to GPS. Same thing with transponder. So transponder we know is on button 8. We can go ahead and hit that. Now we know we can hit button 8 again for the code, so we'll hit button 8. Now we can just use these soft key buttons to type in our transponder. Let's say it's they want us on 3015, so that's going to be button 4, button 1, button 2, and button 6. 3015. So as you see right there, it says 3015, and now we can go ahead and hit the ident, which is going to be button number 9, and we got that going. So you can control all of your buttons or everything on the screen with the soft keys. Let's say we have an alert, we want to see what the alert is, button 12. We'll go ahead and push that. There's no alerts, so we can go ahead and close that. You can click button 11 to see nearest. So this will show you the nearest airports to you. You can go ahead and close that if you want to. Again, this thing is all programmed. Like I said, everything that you need is programmed right here on this one little device. And like I was telling you before, you can have so many profiles. Right now I have the Phoenix A320, which is almost completely done. I am so close to finishing that one up completely and being all hands-free. I have this Cessna 172 that's almost completely done, other than the buttons on the MFG on the right screen. I just got to add a few buttons there, and this one will be completely done. And then also I'm working on the Cessna 152, the WSIM or the JB-SIM, whatever it is. I'm getting that one going. That one's a little more difficult because MSF 24 doesn't have the cap 140, doesn't have the cap 140, what's it called, in spad.next. Like, it doesn't have the little, what are they called, like the buttons or whatever. So I have to create my own I have to create my own H buttons or S buttons or K buttons. So I got to create my own, and that's what I've been doing. I've been working on that. That one's coming along. It's still probably like 40% done, only 30 to 40% done. But this thing is amazing. This Razer Stream controller, again, it controls everything that you need on your Cessna. So again, so let's say we landed, all of this stuff is going, we can hit nav, it'll turn off our nav light. Right here, we can turn off our taxi light. So as you see, we can turn off our taxi. We can turn off our beacon. We could turn off our strobe. We could turn off our fuel pump. And let's say we want to cut off our avionics. We'll go ahead and cut off our avionics. We want to cut off our battery. We can go ahead and cut off our battery. We can go ahead and pull our throttle back. We can go ahead and turn off our mixture. And our parking brake is, now it's released. So we'll go ahead and set our parking brake. So again, we literally just controlled everything that you see right here just with this little device. I did not touch, I wouldn't need to touch my mouse at all during the flight. I can literally have my hands on, have a mouse completely gone, have my hand on the throttle or the stick, and I can use my left hand. Let's say I'm flying on the yoke or the stick that I have. I don't have a yoke yet, I just have my stick. But let's say I have one hand on the stick, I can go ahead and click all this, control everything, and I can actually pan around while I need to. I can zoom in, zoom out. It's a game changer to not have to use the mouse, to actually feel like you have buttons in front of you that you can click, knobs that you can turn. It's a great feeling. Again, if you want me to go over a video of how I set everything up in spad.next, I can do that. I did get pretty in depth with it. Spad.next is a super powerful program. If you don't know what it is, it's basically a way to customize different objects in planes to either keys or like this, a stream, a Razer Stream controller, or a Stream Deck, or even like one of those X MIDI controllers. It's basically a way just to program buttons to buttons in your planes to different devices. You can also use it for the Honeycomb Alpha and Bravo. A lot of people use spad.next for the Honeycomb Alpha and Bravo to program certain buttons to certain things. But yeah, if you want me to show a little quick video on that, I can go really in depth to it, or I can just show you the basics of how it works. Just let me know in the comments what you want to see on that, and I can go over everything. Again, this is the Razer Stream controller. It's only $149. It uses the Loop Deck software, which is amazing. The Loop Deck software, let me see if I can pop it up for you. I don't think actually I can, because I have this set to my Microsoft window for OBS. It's recording this, but I can go over another video on that also, and how to set everything up on that. But I just wanted to show you how I did it and how amazing this thing is. Like I said, I have my profiles right there. So I have my Phoenix profile, as you saw in the last video. I have my Cessna G1000 profile that I just showed you right now, and I have my 152 profile that I'm currently working on. As you see, I have my map CDI. This is for the G750 or GX750, something like that. The 750X autopilot or navigation screen. But yeah, that's all I have so far. This is the GTN 750. That's what it is. This is the autopilot that I have set up so far. I haven't set up any of the comms or anything. These are just buttons. They haven't been programmed yet. Like I said, this is only about 30% done. Still has a long way to go for the Cessna 152, but the Cessna G1000 172 is pretty much all done. And again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this gave you some more comfort and assurance in making this purchase. I really think this is a great addition to your flight sim setup. For $149, you can literally control everything in here in your plane. Yeah, I know it's not like an actual Winwing A320 autopilot where you have the knobs and the push button, but think about it. Just for the FCU or the EFIS, just for one of those, it's like $150. And then you got to get all 3 of them to complete your autopilot. Just the autopilot, nothing else, just your autopilot will come out to about $400 or $500. And then you need to get some like a SciTech nav radio. That's another, what, $100 and something, maybe even $199. I don't know how much they go for. But you're looking at getting up to the price range of about $1,000 to $1,500 to just set up your cockpit like this, just for a Cessna, or even a Phoenix, like a A320. You're getting up into the $1,000 to $1,500 range when you can literally control everything with just this device for $149. So yeah. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Leave down in the comments if you have any questions or want to see any other type of videos. I will go ahead and do a demo flight with this setup in the next video, but I just wanted to go over everything with you in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share button, and stay tuned for more videos. Until next time, fly safe.